All right, and we have another young leader from the youth parliament. Go right ahead.
Okay. Good night.
Give your name.
My name is Johnny Pollard, and I'm from the National Youth Parliament of Antigua and Barbuda. I have quite a bit to say, so bear with me, please. Okay, so firstly, I wanted to ask Miss Bowen, what exactly is forgiveness to you? Because earlier we spoke about forgiving your assailant. What exactly do you see as forgiveness?
What I see as forgiveness is that I recognize that if I do not let go of that the persons who did the wrong to me, I realized I was keeping myself in bondage. I realized that I was keeping two things what was happening to me, that I was constantly blaming myself, as somebody had mentioned earlier, when I kind of mentioned that, I was blaming myself. And also in addition to that, I realized that I had to extend love, because something in my mind believed that they too would have gone through the same thing like what they did to me. And it's something that I also highlighted in my book as well, that maybe they had they received some sexual assault, they were raped or something, like, that's what I thought, that is how I realized that I have to forgive them. But I'm not saying that what did the forgiveness doesn't mean that I have let them off the hook. No, okay? It doesn't let them off the hook. I'm just like, you know what? Let God be God, He will deal with the situation. And I'm going to speak about what happened at the end. I'm going to come back to that question, but I'm going to speak on two of the criminals, what happened to them. So that is what I call, you forgive, let it go, let God, and us come to that.
And Miss Forbes, I believe it was, Mr. Matthews spoke about, the violent and the graphic thoughts. And I think that's common in a lot of people. Also, sometimes it comes with hypersexuality, and like, is there a reason for that?
To you?
Yes, you're unmuted.
Right. So sometimes these behaviors may occur because the person suppressed the incident and they haven't gone through the healing process. So not being able to express or talk about the issue, they may become what they call violent or aggressive to others. And it's really, when those behaviors are being expressed, is really a cry for help, basically, right? So that's why in some cases, some of these things show up, because if we don't deal with these things, it will manifest in other ways. It could be behavioral, it could be within the body. So like high blood pressure, acid reflux, and all these type of things. Sometimes fear is another thing that pops up as well. If you don't deal with the hurts and try to understand what had occurred, it will manifest in those ways.
Also, I was hesitant to mention this earlier, but I feel like I'm comfortable saying it now. I consider myself a survivor rather than a victim. I personally don't like the word victim. I feel like survivor gives you a sense of strength. And also, I feel like the rape culture here in the Caribbean has been normalized way too much by the older generation. They would have an uncle that probably assaulted someone a couple years ago, and then now you have the young girls coming up. It's like, oh, when this uncle come over, you can't be wearing your school test. And I feel like it shouldn't be. If there is someone, it doesn't matter who are they in the family or not. If a young girl in your family can't take off her school clothes and walk around in the house in her dress and her school ties, that person should not be around, period. And I feel like that's something we need to start joining on, because it's been too normalized here in the Caribbean. Oh, don't wear this around that person. That person simply should not be around. Right. And also, to Mr. Matthew, I wanted to say, sometimes these children in school, sometimes you see the bad behavior starts out of nowhere. And I can tell you personally, they're doing anything not to be at home. I know for me, I would sign up for everything at school, just to not be at home. If there's something at school that's going on till 5 o'clock, mommy, I'm signing up for this at school, just because you know what's coming. And also talking to teachers and counselors, it's scary because you know that they have to report it. Because you know they have to report it, it's scary because this person doesn't know, that person is gonna know. And I feel like that's why a lot of people are silent too. Because the problem is in the home. Once you tell a counselor or teacher they have to report it, it's going to get back, and the problem is in the home. And also, I'm working on a bill to raise the age of consent in Antigua and Barbuda, because I find what a lot of perpetrators do, they say, okay, she's 16, I can get away with it, yada yada yada, and that's not right. That's the mentality a lot of them have, They watch a young girl for a period of time, or they know her when she's 15, so they wait and they wait. Soon as she turns 16, they jump at the chance because she's the age of consent. I have one more thing.
That is so ridiculous. I don't know why you can vote and drive and everything from 18, but you can have. Anyway, go ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
Yes,
I'm going to go to
The
Tony.
last thing I had to say, here in Antigua and Barbuda, a minor cannot make a police report by themselves. And that's another thing too. The age of consent is 16, but a 16-year-old cannot make a police report by himself or herself. So let's say the problem is at home and the minor does not have anybody to turn to. What do? Who did they go to the police with? I have called the police station personally and asked. They said any minor making a report has to be accompanied by an adult. And I don't find that's right, seeing as the age of consent is 16.
But then the government has some child advocate that you can get access to if you don't want to use your
See, that's
parent.
another thing. We don't know. They don't know this. It's not being advertised enough. And I feel like that's a problem we need to get down on. It's nobody knows who their outlets are. They don't know who they can go to. All they know, the police. That's it.
So you're telling me, Reverend Summer, that there is, because this is new to me, it is.
Well, she's saying people don't know. Well, people don't know the way they can access help. Our phones never stop ringing. So if they don't know and the phones don't stop ringing, imagine when they know. A lot of people they don't like when they hear welfare, all they think about is take a picnic, true? But a lot of people don't like coming there because that's what they associate it with, taking away the children. But we have a lot of the child protection does some of that, yes, but it's always in the best interest of the child that it happens. But there are a few persons that function as child advocate because of the new juvenile justice laws that we have to have some of these persons child advocates. So there are some of them around, and sometimes the parents might not go with the child, but if a matter is reported to the police, what they will do more often than not is to ask a social worker to sit in on the interview. So we use our social workers to sit in on interview in lieu of parents, and we also use a child advocate.
Okay, so now this has now made me transition into where I know Tony and then Cozy come in. Tony, this is first about to Tony, sorry. Listening to all of this,